Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need for you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need for you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also check me out on IG, elevation_mentor. So as you can see today, I did not feel like posting a video, but I was actually inspired by Dodash. Anybody watch Dodash? I watched her a few times and she's a motivational speaker, but she doesn't know it yet. All right. Very, very, very inspiring. Inspiring. So today we're going to talk about personal credit versus business credit. But first of all, why is business credit important? So business credit is important because once you get business credit, you can use this funding to buy assets. As you know, assets is the way out of poverty. Assets is the way to wealth. And that's one of the missing pieces. One of the missing pieces is not acquiring assets. So you could be doing everything, right. You could be going to school, right? You could be getting an education. You could be getting a top-notch job. Um, but it really doesn't matter what you're doing if you're throwing your money out the window. Or maybe you're not throwing your money out the window intentionally. Maybe you have children and you're spending your money on your children, right? You're raising your children. However, the missing piece is you're not buying assets, and that is the missing piece. And so, business credit is a way to get funding to buy assets. For anyone asking the question, what do you need business credit for? I don't need business credit. I don't need business credit. Anybody have that thought process? All right, so we're going to talk about personal credit versus business credit. And I'm going to make this short and sweet. So, personal credit, that's the one that most people are familiar with. Personal credit, you have your three bureaus. You have your TransUnion, you have your Equifax, and you have your Experian. And they have all of these trade lines on your report. So, for personal credit, they're looking at your credit cards, your student loans, your mortgages, your car loans. So all of that is tied to your personal credit, things that you are taking money out to borrow. So you're borrowing money for a car. You're borrowing money to go to school. You're using your credit cards. You have mortgages. So all of this is on your credit score. And so a good personal credit score is 700 and higher. When you look at some of the lenders, their standard is 680. You want to aim for 700 or higher. And the way you get good personal credit is keep those credit cards less than 30%. They're looking at your credit cards. So getting into the habit of paying every month and making sure that it's less than 30% to keep a good credit score, less than 3% to have an excellent credit score. They're looking at how much money is on that credit card. Are you maxing it out? And do you just leave it? Or are you paying it off every month? They're looking for, are you paying your bills on time? How many lates? How many lates do you have? And it doesn't matter how small that card could be. Say, for example, what if you owe $5 on the card? So they're looking at, did you pay that $5 on time? And if you didn't, they're going to mark it on your report as a late. And that's going to cause your score to go down. So paying on time and keeping it to less than 30%. It's also a good idea to put as many payments as possible on auto pay. As many payments as possible on auto pay. That way, if you forget to make a payment, for example, as an oversight, you have less oversights. So just doing that periodically gradually adding bills to auto pay. All right. Auto pay means less oversights, means less late payments, means less dings to your credit. So that's the personal credit. That's what most people are familiar with. Okay, then we go over to a different world, right? Different world is the business world. And you get exposed to the business world. Perhaps you grew up in a family of business owners. Anybody out there grew up in a family of business owners? Some people grow up in a family of business owners. Business owners. That's the way you get exposed to it. Or perhaps you get exposed to it because of lovely YouTube, the internet, podcasters. Like we have um, so many more advantages than our grandparents had, even our parents, because this is the internet generation where you can actually see more of the information that's hidden. So there is still hidden information out here, right? The goal is to hide the information. And I'm starting to understand why it's hidden. However, we have this lovely internet. We have lovely podcasters that are really helping with as far as financial literacy goes. All right, so business credit. Over in the business credits world, you have Experian Business, you have Equifax Business, and you have Dun and Bradstreet. And Dun and Bradstreet are the major reporters. So they're going to report the things that are in your business name. So as opposed to over here personal, where you have your student loans. Anybody got student loans? You got car loans. Anybody got car loans? Credit cards? Anybody got a credit card or credit cards, plural? Mortgages. So that's over in personal. So over here in business, none of that is on your um, business report. The only things that are on there are accounts that you have taken out in your business name. And so, why is this important? This is a way to get funding. Why do you need funding? Because you are going to go acquire assets, right? You're not going to be broke for the rest of your life. So, how do you get business credit? So, I'm going to give you some information. And if you'd like more information, let me know. And you can type in the word more information. So, I'm going to give you some of the information. Step one, set up a business. Set up a business. Do you have a business? So, you need a license, LLC, EIN, and then professional phone, email, and website. Professional phone, email, website. All right. Then you need a business checking account. Business checking account. So with the business checking accounts, you don't want to go to those big banks that don't give people money. Um, you go to the mid-sized banks. PNC Bank is an example. And you can get your business credit cards. You can get your business line of credit. So it's two separate things: business credit cards and business line of credit. All right. So what do they base this on? Whether they accept you or reject you, whether you hear a yes or a no. What's the deciding factor when you walk into this mid-sized bank and you say, I would like to apply for a business credit card? So what do you think is going to be the determining factor between yes, you're going to get a business credit card, or no, you're not going to get a business credit card? What do you think the determining factor is when you walk into this mid-sized bank? I give you a minute. So you're all set up, your business is all set up, and you take these documents into your mid-sized bank. And what do you think is the determining factor between yes, I'm going to give you a business credit card, or no, I'm not going to give you a business credit card? What's the determining factor? Anyone? Good personal credit. We're back to this personal credit again. That's what they're looking at. So once you have this business credit card in your hand, ta-da! You can use this and go buy some assets and get on the road to building wealth and get off of this poverty struggle bus that you don't have to be on. If somebody had just gave you a little information, I'm talking to very, very smart people. Very smart people. It's the information. And this is done on purpose. This is no coincidence. All right? So, business credit. Why business credit? What's the importance? And then what's the first step? All right? So, do me a favor before we leave. I need for you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Don't forget, hit that like button. That helps the channel, helps the channel to grow. I appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye. Bye for now.